We are very excited about our next guest. That's Cynthia Nixon. Listen to this. She's an Emmy, a Tony, and a Grammy Award-winning actor. That means she real good. She's starring a new play. It's called The 7-Year Disappear. Now, Nixon plays a world-famous performance artist who suddenly vanishes for, 7 years. And yet her son sees her everywhere in the faces of friends, coworkers, and even guys that he's flirting with at a bar. So when Nixon's character returns with few answers and a big request, her son is forced to confront what he spent years trying to forget. Here's a look.
You have to put your trust in me. You always have before. Bar mitzvah 99. You put your trust in me in the bar mitzvah piece.
You do remember that was one of the most trying times in both our lives.
Only you could be bar mitzvah at the Venice Biennale and find a way to complain about it. The shark piece, then. You put your trust in me in the shark piece.
I have permanent steel pins in my leg. Sure you want to use the shark piece as an example?
I got hurt too. I don't need to show you the scars. And you do know there are worse things than being immortalized in seminal, genre-defying, era-defining art.
Wow, listen to the dialogue. Cynthia Nixon, we're very glad to say, is here in the studio. Welcome, Cynthia Nixon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guess what I did Saturday afternoon?
You
I
came
was
to
in
see
row
our play.
G, seat 111. I had to stop myself from saying, hi, Cynthia. Because what's interesting is how it starts. You were literally, you and
Taylor Trench,
and
who's
Taylor,
my co-star, yeah.
Your co-star is the word I was looking for. You guys are on the stage when everybody walks in, and you're sitting there like mannequins. So you hear us all coming in, and I
Yeah.
wonder what that's like for you, is you're waiting for the audience to sit down.
Well, there is a famous performance artist named Marina Abramovich, and she famously did this piece, The Artist is Present, where people would come in and sit opposite her for a minute or an hour or whatever they felt like. So people who are familiar with that piece know that that's sort of a, a reference to.
But as an audience member, we're going, is that them? Are they real? Because I swear, you didn't move.
We're very still. We're very still. We're very focused on each other. And as you can see in the clip, we're very, we're dressed like each other. I'm wearing a little bit of a lift so that I'm almost his height. And, there's a kind of a twinness about this mother and son.
But the thing is, you were playing 8 different characters. It's 90 minutes, no intermission.
Yeah.
You're playing 8 different characters.
Yes.
7-Year Disappear. You hadn't been on the stage for 7 years.
Yes,
I read this role and you thought, what?
Well, I thought that the play is fascinating in so many ways. It's a kind of a mystery. It goes backwards in time, and I play this, very diva-ish performance artist who disappears for 7 years. But I get to play, as you said, all the other people that my son encounters in the 7 years of my absence. And, your mother is your first relationship, right? So every relationship you have in your life is kind of layered on top of your mother. And so that's, I think part of the playwright's point.
Let's just say mother and son had some things they needed to work out. Let's just
did.
say that.
They did.
So, you kind of answered this, but you say every person is your mother is sort of the theme of the play. But I imagine you were thinking about your own mother then in...
Very, very much so.
How so?
So my mother quit. She was an actress. She was not a successful actress. She quit before I was born. But from a very early age, she took me to, I saw my first Shakespeare when I was like 6.
Did you like it at 6?
I did.
Wow, you were
James Earl Jones was playing Claudius in Hamlet, and he said he welcomes Hamlet, and I can't remember the line right now, but I said he doesn't mean it, and she was like, oh, that's right, he's being duplicitous, and it was really clear even then. So she really schooled me from a very early age, and I think that that's one of the parents pass on whatever they can pass on, and in the case of this woman that I'm playing, her parental skills may be a little lacking, but she has this great love of and knowledge of how to create art, and she's just sort of, mainlining it into him.
Now, as Gayle mentioned, 2 Emmys, 2 Tonys,
yes,
even a Grammy.
Yes.
Improbably.
So you're an Oscar away from the EGOT.
yes.
Do you think about it? And do not sit here and say you don't, because you're close. It's within arm's reach.
Close is, there's one more box to be checked. It's a little difficult box to check. I have to say my Our youngest son is named Max.
Max.
And he's named for his grandfather, so that's fantastic. But we did, when we were considering names, we did think about naming him Oscar for Oscar Wilde, and also so that we could say we already have him. So we're good.
But Cynthia, you've got 2 hit shows, The Gilded Age and Just Like That.
Yes.
I mean, and now you're on the stage again. What is your life like, and how are you juggling all of these things?
Well, it's not so
get
bad
to
at
so
the moment.
many.
As you said, it's only an hour and a half. It's quite a expenditure of energy and emotion and everything.
But 2 hit shows, Cynthia.
But 2 hit shows, right? So this spring and summer and fall, they will be shooting at the same time. So
Oh, wow.
that will be
Jeez.
a challenge.
So you'll be doing Gilded Age, you'll be doing Just Like That.
And Just Like That.
And
yes.
the play?
No, the
Oh,
play
okay, all
the
right.
play only runs through March
Okay.
31st.
But you clearly still love what you do.
I do.
You do. You clearly still
I
love
do.
what
And
you
I have to say, I love this play so much. And I don't know, I've done a lot of challenging plays in my time, but none more than this. And that is, or as satisfying as
Oh,
this.
did I mention 8 characters in 19?
characters.
That's all I'm saying. Bravo, Cynthia Nixon.
Thank
Bravo
you.
to you. The 7-year Disappear is playing at the Pershing Square Signature Center, in New York City, and it goes through March 31st, so you still have time.